Greetings and salutations, fellow adventurers in the wide world, wacky world of the internet. It is I, the OGGM. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's the 9th day of March 2022. It's about 55 degrees and sunny here in Ventura, California. Sports news is, of course, it's March Madness, so time to start working on our brackets. And it's Wednesday, which means it's also time to take a look at the crowdfunding project news. All the following crowdfundings are coming to an end about now. So let's take a look and see if any of these are interesting. From Sundial Games, we have the 223 Quest Calendar, a space fantasy RPG, original system core rulebook. $35 is the most popular pledge. It's a page-a-day calendar that also doubles as a solo RPG. Every day of the week and once a weekend, check the date and do what your character needs to do to survive. So, yeah, play a couple of minutes of each day and get your daily fix of dice rolling, space fantasy fun in this role-playing game. Interesting. Very interesting. So it's a day a week calendar, but every day, instead of, having a picture of a kitten or an important fact or whatever, has a space scenario. And wow. That's cool. I actually like that. Yeah. From Limithron, Limithron, Limithron. We have Pirate Borg. This is a Mork Borg hack. It's a core rulebook. $30 is the most popular pledge. It's Mork Borg with pirates. So you do all the stuff you would do in Mork Borg, i.e. wait for the world to end. But now you're also pirates. So you have pirate rules and naval combat rules. And additionally, it also has a 5e conversion. So if you want to try and convert Mork Borg to 5e, which seems like an impossible task, as they are so completely different. It has rules for it. It's pirates, of course. I'm going to say, yeah, I love pirates. From Design Ministry, we have Fragged Empire, 2nd edition. This is an original system. Most popular pledge is $40. It's Fragged Empire, back with new rules for the post-apocalyptic science fiction role-playing game. People left the Earth, an apocalypse happened. Now people are coming back to the Earth to rediscover what the Earth would be like now that things have been blown up. Fragged Empire is one of those games that was already sort of floating around in the background. You always heard about it, but you never really saw it. People always like, oh yeah, Fragged Empire is great, but I was like, you're like, okay, where? I keep hearing about this game, but I've never seen it. So yeah, it definitely has a placeholder in the collective unconsciousness of the hobby, but I don't actually know a lot about the game other than it's, one of those games we've always heard of. So they have a 2nd edition coming out. Could be cool. From Roll and Play Press, we have the Roll and Play Sci-Fi Toolkits. This is a $29 random book. So it looks like it's just tons of random tables to generate spacey type stuff. Stars Without Numbers already exists and is considered one of the best. I don't know. Do we really need just a book of random tables for space stuff? From Nemo Down, we have Zen Never Dies, the role-playing game. That's Zen, Z-I-N. This is an original system. $60 the most popular pledge. This RPG offers a world of fantasy and beautiful moments. Looking for an RPG that pulls from anime with mythologies like Studio Ghibli's. So I guess it's a Studio Ghibli-inspired fantasy game. My Neighbor Totoro, Kiki's Delivery Service, except there's so many games right now that are sort of trying to do the same thing. So, I don't know. From Hazan Studios, Haxan Studios, we have Astro Inferno. That sounds like a superhero. This is an original system. $60 is the most popular plays. It is beyond grimdark, and it starts with the initial pitch, "You will die." tainted characters adventuring in a rooted world using a D20 system. We've already got Mörk Borg. We've already got so many games that are doing the, grim dark, you will die, but just do the best you can before you die style of campaigns out there. But now we got another one. I don't know if we really need one. I don't really see the attraction to this style of game, but I guess there is one. From Kim Bori, Kimbourrie, Kim Bori, we have Furhaven. Ooh, that name just sounds a little off-putting. It's a D&D 5th edition about anthropomorphic animals. So, yeah, if you want to play cute little kitten sorcerers and hedgehog reindeers and Root and all the other cute little anthropomorphic games that already are out, here's one, but it's called Furhaven, which just sort of has a negative connotation as it sort of seems to be associated with, no, I'm not touching that one. From Planet X Games, we have the Phylactery 4 and the Phylactery Omnibus. Shame on you, the word phylactery is problematic. Remember, 5th edition removed it from the language of gaming. This is an OSR sourcebook, $55 each. And basically it's the Phylactery seems to be a magazine type thing, but for OSR, and then the Phylactery Omnibus is all the editions of the Phylactery that have been out so far collected in one thing. I've never heard of this one, so I guess it's a source book / zine that's been floating around supporting the OSR. We have Shiver, Gothic Classic Horror Reborn from Parabol Games. This is an original system. It's a source books. $60 was the most popular pledge. If you're a fan of the RPG Shiver, this book offers you a Gothic horror campaign to play as well as rules to develop your own. If you want to add Dracula to your gaming table, this is it. Have never heard of the Shiver role-playing game. I've heard of Chill. I wonder if it's a continuation or evolution of the Chill horror role-playing game. But if you apparently support this book, you also get a copy of the core rulebook of Shiver. So you can get Shiver, Gothic, and Shiver by supporting this. So 2 games for the price of 1. And finally, we have a gaming convention that's looking for support. This is the Sin City Con. This is, of course, being set in Columbus, Ohio, it looks like. Cincinnati, Ohio. Wants to be over at the Sharonville Convention Center from October 7th to October 9th in Cincinnati, Ohio. $40 is the most popular pledge. Basically, you are supporting the idea of allowing these guys to get enough money to actually run a convention at this convention center in Cincinnati. So if that sounds like something you want to do, if you live in Cincinnati and want to support a convention, this is a great way to do it. All right, so let's see. What do I actually recommend this week? I actually like the Quest calendar idea. That could be a gift thing for the possible future and maybe an interesting way to sort of baby stepped adults into gaming, because it's just more of here's something you can do every day. How is that different than every day do 5 sit-ups calendar, or every day do an art project calendar? So this has wheels. I can see this maybe going somewhere. Pirate Borg, of course I'm going to say get Pirate Borgs. I love pirates. I love Dinosaur Islands. I love Buried Treasure. I love the Ray Harryhausen stuff. So, and Mörk Borg. Yeah, the art is great. I never really got the idea. The system is meh, but it was role-playing game of the year, so sure, pirates. Fragged Empire, like I said, it's one of those games you always heard of, but you never actually knew anybody who played. So now we've got a 2nd edition of a post-Holocaust role-playing game about humans who left Earth, apocalypse happened, and now they're coming back to Earth, like that movie with Will Smith and his son. I don't know. Roll and Play art sci-fi toolkit from Roll and Play Press. A bunch of tables for your sci-fi game. Tables are always great, but Stars Without Numbers have already done it. Zen Never Dies, another cute anthropomorphic animal, life's beautiful moments. I don't know if we need this one. Astro Inferno, another dark, grim, you're all gonna die role-playing game. Again, I don't really see why. Fur Haven, not even touching that one. The Phylactery, sure, a magazine of stuff for the OSR. Yeah, pick that one up if you're playing the OSR. Shiver Gothic, you get 2 games for the price of 1. Why not if you're looking for a horror role-playing game and you don't already have one that you like? I'd never heard of Shiver unless it's the evolution of Chill, which was a pretty good horror role-playing game in the early mid-'80s. So, yeah, it was after the 80s. It was early 90s, right? I don't remember. Anyways, check it out. That's about it for tabletop role-playing game crowdfunding projects that are coming to an end this week. If any of these sound like something you want to support, head on down to your friendly local game store. That's Dream World Collectibles here in Ventura, California, and ask them to look into it for you and tell them the OGGM sent you. Till next time, I'm your guide to all the tabletop role-playing game news, weather, sports, and general internet nonsense. Remember, you're not playing the game wrong as long as you're having fun. I do not know why this is still a thing. See ya! Get off of my 2-headed thing with... I don't even know what this is.